we get two contradicting points here. It's in, at least with the world today. We get Jesus ending with, be ready. Make sure you're ready. The Son of Man is coming back. But at the same time, he starts our reading today with, have no fear, little flock. This text reminded me of all the people that may have doomsday rooms in their basements, bomb shelters, all these things, so that if the world ever goes to heck in a handbasket, they'll have a place where they can be safe, where they have food, clean water, and they can be protected. These bomb shelters, these doomsday rooms, are all made and prepared for out of fear. Instead of being afraid of what would happen if it comes. Some might call it preparation, but there is a level of fear in there. Like all things, there's preparation and a level of fear. That's what everything, next week, our active shooter training is literally, it's us being prepared to know what will happen if the worst happens. And that's driven out of fear. I'm not saying it's dumb, it's smart to know what to do just in case something happens, but it's a fear-driven thing that we're doing. But that's not what Jesus says when it comes to the Son of Man. He says the Son of Man can come back anytime. Many people try to find a date, but every time they say, oh, it's going to be 1984, oh, it's going to be 2000, they keep being wrong. Maybe leave it up to Jesus Christ to figure out when he's coming back. But, what are we called to do? Be ready. But have no fear. Why is it that we have no fear? It's because Jesus Christ, after this, shows us what he does when he returns. Shows us what he does when he's present in the world. He dies for it, he helps it, he saves it. That's what Jesus Christ does when he's in this world. And so, we're not supposed to fear the Son of Man coming back because it only means better things for our world, a perfection, a time where we only love God. We don't have to worry about pain and suffering. And so that's why, for Christ, we do not wait in fear, but we wait in hope. We wait in love. We wait in thankfulness because our God chose to send his Son to die for us on the cross and will come again. Does that sound coming from you guys up there? Is that coming from the whisper set? There's like a pinging. Sorry, it's really bugging me. Okay, sorry. I'll cut that out of the film. My bad. So the part is waiting in thankfulness, but thankfulness, there's another theme. And that's with offering. When we offer ourselves, when we offer our possessions, when we offer our money, how are we supposed to do it? And there are other two texts today speak a little bit about that. Interesting enough, in Isaiah, God says, I don't need your goats, I don't need your bulls, I don't need the blood of animals. The fact is, God doesn't have to be hungry. God owns, God created all the animals that we sacrifice. Psalm 50 goes more into it. We skip the part because it's just kind of a long list. But it's all of these things where God says, don't offer me this. I created it. I don't need that. Don't offer me water. I created it. I don't need that. I'm not thirsty. Don't offer me food. I'm not hungry. Don't offer me money. I own that money too. I created it. And it's an interesting take from God, this all-powerful being, to say, don't offer me things for things' sake. Don't offer me possessions for possessions' sake. What does God ask of us? Offer me your thanksgiving. Offer me your thankfulness. You have been saved by our God. Jesus Christ has saved you. So why do we give offerings? Out of thanksgiving to God. God doesn't need our money or resources. He's not afraid, he's not hurting, he's not thirsty. So God, we don't give to God for the reason of needing to be God. We give out of thanksgiving for all the goodness he's offered us. On the contrary, though, there are plenty of people in this world, maybe here in this very church, definitely far away, who are hurting. There's plenty of people in this world who are afraid, hungry, thirsty, oppressed, in pain, over whatever is being dumped upon them, whether by other people or by whole governments. So, how we give to God in thanksgiving is we take that food that God doesn't need, we take that water that God doesn't need, we take that aid that God doesn't need, and we give it to God's children who need it. That's how we give to God in thanksgiving. We take out of our abundance and give to those in need, not for the thank you, not to see that smile on their face, not to feel good about ourselves, but out of thanksgiving for what God has done for us. That is the basis of offering. And so, I'll talk about it another day. I just want to remind each and every one of us that when we offer out of thanksgiving, there's going to be a time, whether it be today, whether it be in a couple minutes, whether it be a month from now, years from now, there's going to be a time where God's going to place someone in need in your life. Whether it be time, attention, financial, food, water, shelter. And the question is, are you truly thankful for what you've been given in God? When God sets those people in your lives, are you willing to give an offering of thanksgiving to God by helping them out in their time of need? That's the goal of the church. When we say God's work our hands, that's the work we're trying to do, to help people in need, to give thanks for God, and to continue to try to build this world up in love, rather than continue to tear it down in hate. And so, when that opportunity arises, something to think about this week. Who's your offering going to be?